It's time for Political Empire. This is Jeff Horseman with the Press Enterprise and PE.com. Just 2 months after the Riverside County District Attorney's Office declined to file charges against a woman who was handcuffed at a Riverside City Council meeting, a second resident was accused of disrupting a meeting and arrested. And here to discuss the latest arrest is reporter Alicia Robinson. So, Alicia, who was arrested and why?
Well, Jeff, at the City Council meeting on Tuesday, we had a number of residents from Riverside's University neighborhood near UCR who are upset about concerns they have with students renting single-family homes in their neighborhood. So a lot of them came to the meeting to talk about this. And one of the residents who was there is a woman named Letitia Pepper. She is an attorney and a longtime activist in the community. She's had some tangles with the Riverside City Council before. What happened at the council meeting on Tuesday was that Letitia and some of the other residents were applauding when they agreed with the points of view that were expressed during public comment. The mayor warned people to stop clapping. It could be perceived as intimidating to people of different opinions, etc., and it was not conducive to the decorum of the meeting. And people continued to clap, and Letitia also told the mayor from the audience, hey, you can't tell me to stop clapping. Essentially, it's a First Amendment right. And so the mayor went through their official protocol and read a couple of warnings that, you'll be removed from the meeting if you don't stop. And she continued clapping. So he finally had the police officers providing security come over to her, and she basically said, I'm not leaving unless you arrest me. So they did take her out of the meeting, and they cuffed her. She was taken to the nearby police station and given a citation and released.
All right, and I should note that we have both photo and video of this incident on PE.com. Now, as I mentioned at the top of the show, this isn't the first time in recent memory this has happened. Remind us what happened with Karen Wright.
Well, Karen Wright is another longtime resident of the city who has a history of involvement in civic affairs, coming down to the council, making comments on city issues, not always critical of the city, but generally urging the council to do things she thinks are more in the city's best interests. She has a history of also going over the allotted 3 minutes for public comment. Back in October, she had run over the allotted time to speak. The mayor at that time, Ron Loveridge, warned her, okay, your time is up, and gave her a couple of warnings. She started to leave the podium, and the police officers had come up next to her to make sure that she respectfully let the next person have their turn. And then she kind of turned back and made a few more comments. The officers tried to get her to either sit down or leave, and she wouldn't, so they had a little struggle, and then they ended up handcuffing her and removing her from the meeting. She has always maintained that she did nothing wrong, and the district attorney just a couple of months ago finally said, we're not filing any charges against her. So that effectively ended that case.
All right, well, looking ahead to this latest case, what's going to happen with Letitia Pepper?
Well, if Karen Wright's situation is anything to judge by, probably nothing. At this point, she has a citation and a court date. I'll have to check on when that is. But if the district attorney's office doesn't file any charges against her, the issue goes away and nothing happens. They could, however, file charges, which would just be a misdemeanor, and she would have to appear in court and potentially pay some sort of a fine.
All right, well, thank you, Alicia. Appreciate it. And thank you for watching Political Empire. We'll see you next time.